Hello, magandang araw. So welcome ulit sa PISAD video series natin. For today, we have situation number 7. In this video, we will solve a problem somewhat steel design, pero it's also strength of materials. No? Let's read the problem. A W470 by 105 beam of 12 millimeter web thickness is spliced near the support using 15 millimeters thick connector plate welded to part B. And bolted using 20 millimeter diameter 8325 bolts to point A. You're given the dimensions, yung mga strength, no? Kaso, the question here is we are only asked for the loads. No? So what is the shear load, torsional load, and then the total critical bolt load. Okay, so the load is 200 kilonewtons and then you are given eccentricity 180. So ito daw ay 200 and then this is 180 millimeters. Okay, so tinatanong ano yung shear load. So for number 1, madali lang yan. Okay, so di ba alam natin na yung mga bolts natin, okay, due to the applied force, P equal to 200 kilonewton. Okay, so ito yung 200 kilonewton na is paghahatian basically nitong mga bolts na to. Okay, so ang pinapakita ko na direction ng arrow is yung effect ng plate dun sa bolt, no? Okay, so hindi yan yung reaction ng bolt. Kasi kung reaction ng bolt yan, baliktad. Pag ganyan, no? Pero ang pinapakita ko is yung effect nung plate dun sa bolt. Kasi di ba pag tinulak mo ito pababa, yung plate babangga dun sa bolt eh. So ano lang to, effect ng plates. Okay, kumbaga yan yung equivalent force na pinapasa ng plate, no? And basically, yan yung hinahanap sa atin, no? Tawagin natin na PVY. Okay, kasi nasa Y direction. Okay? So to calculate that, that is simply kung ano yung P, divide mo lang kung ilan sila, no? So 200 divided by ilan ba 'to? 8. Okay, so 200 over 8, that gives us 25 kilonewtons each. And that's already our answer for number 1. Okay? So, ganun lang kasimple. Now, next, number 2. Determine the torsional load on the critical bolt at the section A. So, by the way, ito nga pala yung section A. No, ito, bali ito yung tinutukoy niya. Okay, so dito, kailangan ma-identify muna natin at the beginning kung alin yung most critical bolt. So, kapag ka eccentrically loaded na bolted connection, ang tatandaan natin is yung most critical bolt is letter A, farthest from the bolt group centroid. Okay, and then at the same time, nearest from the line of action of the force. Okay, so ito yung line of action ng force. Okay, ito yung centroid ng bolt group nasa gitna. So as we can see, yung critical dyan is either itong bolt na to or itong bolt na to. Kasi siya yung farthest from the centroid. No? Farthest from the centroid. Siya rin yung nearest dun sa line of action. So pwedeng itong ibabaw, pwedeng ito nasa ilalim. Parehas lang yan kasi kapag tinignan niyo yung mga sukat niyan, ano lang yan, symmetrical lang yan eh. Okay? So, ayun. No? So, ibig sabihin, ito na lang yung i-analyze natin. Ano? Ito nasa taas. Ito, yan yung i-analyze natin. Okay? So, alright. So, we have that bolt. Ito kunwari yung bolt na yun. Okay, tapos ito kunwari yung centroid ng bolt group. Okay, so gano'n yan kalayo? So according to the problem, yung S4 daw ay 100. So ibig sabihin, kung 100 ito, yung gitna niyan, 50, no? So 50 ito. Okay, so this is 50 millimeters. Okay, tapos, according to the problem, ito daw ay 3 at S3. So, ibig sabihin, ang sukat nito, vertically, tatlong S3. So, ang S3 naman is 80. So, tatlong 80. No? Okay, so ibig sabihin, dito ko na drawing, ito yung tatlong 80. Okay, 80. So, take note, ito yung ina-analyze natin na bolt. Ito. Okay, so di ba ko ito yung centroid niyan sa gitna. No? So, ito kalahati ng bali ito kalahati ng 80. So, 40 ito plus 80. So, a total of 120. So, ang distansya naman is 120. 120 millimeters. Okay? So, ganyan, no? So, because of the eccentricity, this force will produce a torsional moment at the centroid of the bolt group. Okay, so yan yung torsional moment natin. Equal lang yan sa P times E. So yung torsional moment, the direction of the torsional moment is due to the fact that downward ito. So yung rotation na ipoproduce niya at the centroid is also clockwise, no? So ganun. What else? Okay, so pwede na natin computin dito yung torsional moment. Okay, PE, that is 200 times 0.18 para kilonewton meter. So 200 times 0.18 gives us 36 kilonewton meter. Okay, so that is the torsional moment produced by the eccentrically loaded force. Now, of course, because of this torsion, no, magkakaroon na ngayon ng effect naman. Ang palaging effect niyan is dapat perpendicular dun sa radius. So ito yung radius niya. So ang direction ng effect niya is ganito, perpendicular. No, perpendicular yan. Okay? So yung effect na yon is ganito. Okay? Yan yung effect niya due to torsion. So, tawagin natin P sub P. Okay? So, kung dediretso natin yung pag-compute ng P sub P, pwede naman, no? Pwede namang madiretso yung pag-compute ng P sub P. Pero pwede rin na i-component natin muna yung P sub P, no? So, ipakita ko both, no? Ipakita ko muna na kunin natin diretso itong P sub P. Sige. So, P sub P, di ba um, from shear stress is equal to T rho over J. T rho over J. Okay? So if we would recall, itong J na to is ano lang yan, area times summation ng x squared plus y squared. Wherein, kung yung area naman natin is pare-parehas, in this case, pare-parehas naman yung diameter ng bolt, kaya pare-parehas lang yung area. So we can factor out yung area na yun. And if we cross-multiply that to the shear stress times area equals T rho over, ito tatawagin ko na itong small letter J. Kasi tinanggal natin yung area eh. Okay, so T rho over J. Okay, so itong stress times area, hindi ba magiging force yan? So yan ngayon yung force nung torsion. So ito yung formula nun, no? T rho over J. Itong J na to is summation lang ng x squared plus y squared. So ibig sabihin kung if we will apply this formula directly, edi magiging 36 kilonewton meter, gawin nating multiply natin ng 1 million para maging newton millimeter. Tapos yung rho, ito yun. Yan yun, no? Yung distance, yung direct perpendicular distance. And that is just square root of 120. Ito na lang. Square root of 120 squared plus 50 squared. Okay, or wag ko na lang isulat ha. Lagay ko na lang dito, rho. Over J. So itong J naman, okay, is summation lang ng lahat ng x and y, x squared and y squared. So what do we mean by that? So yung x na yon is yung distances from the centroid nung kada bolt. Bali, ito yung distance x para sa bolt na to. Yun din yung distance x para sa bolt na to. Actually, lahat sila parehas ng x. And that is all equivalent to 50. No? So 50 squared. So 50 squared times ilang bolt yung merong ganong x. Actually, lahat sila. No? Ito yung x 50 para dito sa apat na to. Tapos ito yung x para naman sa apat na to. So ibig sabihin, times 8. No? Times 8. Plus yung y naman. Okay. Yung y is mula sa sentro ay pataas, papunta sa bolt. So ito ay 120. Hindi ba ganun din ito? Pati itong nasa baba, 120 rin yan. So apat na 120, no? Ito, apat na to. Okay, so we have 4 times 120 squared. And finally, yung apat sa gitna, ang distance nila sa y ay tigpo 40. No, tigpo 40 yan. Okay, so 4 times 40 squared. So that is our j. No? So lagay ko na lang ulit dito j. So dito may sagot na tayo. That would give us 36 million times yung raw natin ito over j. So 8 times 50 squared plus okay, kailangan ko kasi ito mamaya. Lagay ko na lang muna 8. 8. Parehas lang naman yan. Tapos calc. 8 times 50 squared plus 4 times 120 squared plus 4 times 40 squared. Okay, so this answer is in Newton. No, is in Newton. So gusto mo maging kilonewton, divide mo lang na 1,000. That gives you 55.7. 71 kilonewtons. Ayan na yung sagot sa number 2. Okay? Pero yung iba ang ginagawa, hindi ito dinidiretso, no? Ginagawa ng iba ay kino-compute muna yung components, no? The reason for that is because later on, dun sa pangatlong question na hinahanap yung total, ang gagawin kasi natin, i-combine natin yung effect ng pure shear at yung effect nitong due to torsion. And di ba, para makombine sila, kailangan mo tong i-component. Kaya ang ginagawa ng iba, sa umpisa pa lang, kino-component na yung pag-compute ng torsion para nang sa ganun, madali siyang i-combine doon sa shear, sa pure shear. Okay? So, how do we do that? So, actually, re-revise lang natin ng kaunti itong formulang to. No? Kapag kukumpitin natin is yung x component, ito kunwari x component niya, PTX. Tapos ito yung y component niya, PTY. Okay, so para makompute yan, ang tatandaan natin, itong row na to, papalitan mo lang. Okay, yung PTX, ang moment arm niyan is ito, no? Y direction yung moment arm niya. Tapos ito namang PTY, ang moment arm niya naman is yung X. So baliktad yan kasi 'di ba pag sinabi mong moment arm, ano yan perpendicular doon sa actually the moment arm is not the right term, but I'm just giving you the kumbaga the intuition kung paano mo siya iisipin, paano mo siya tatandaan. Okay? Ganito, kung PTX yung hinahanap mo, dapat yung i-multiply mo dito is Y. Kung PTY naman ang hanap mo, ang i-multiply mo dapat ay X. So, ibig sabihin, yung formula ng PTX is equal to T Y over J. Tapos, ang formula naman ng PTY ay equal sa T X over J. Okay, at kung gagawin natin yon, so subukan na natin gawin, no? This is 36 million. Tapos yung Y natin is 120 millimeters. Okay, over J. Tapos para naman dito, 36 million times yung X naman natin ay ito, 50 over J. Okay? And if we would do that, we will get the following. We have 36 million times 120 over yung J ko, nilagay ko na sa A kanina. Okay, and kapag ginawa natin yung kilonewton, that's 51.43. 51.43 kilonewtons. Okay, and then para naman sa, lagyan natin sa X yan. Para naman sa Y, papalitan lang natin to ng 50. Okay, and that gives us 21.43 kilonewton. Lagay natin sa Y. Okay, and then finally, you combine them together. Yung PT mo is just the square root of PTX squared plus PTY squared. Okay, and you will get the same answer. Ayan. 55.71. So same lang. Okay? Again, kaya ako yung ginawa, no? Para mamaya, doon sa huling question, is para madali nating makombine yung mga forces acting on that bolt. Okay? Para makuha yung total critical bolt load. Okay? So number 3. O nga pala, you can continue with this actually. Pwede nyo naman to i-continue. Okay? Kung halimbawa, ang gusto yung kumpitin sa umpisa is yung total na, after nyan, kailangan mo siyang i-resolve into components. No? Okay? Because you are to be combined, this is to be combined with yung PV. No? Yung shear load dun sa galing sa direct shear. Okay? So pwedeng total muna saka mo i-component or component muna bago yung total. Okay? So paano i-component yan? Well, una, ang slope nito, pwede mong i-adapt yung 50 by 120. So ibig sabihin, ang slope nito, extend natin, ang slope niyan, baliktad, 50, 120. Bakit baliktad? Kasi perpendicular to eh. So kung ano man ang slope nito, yung slope ng perpendicular sa kanya, baliktad. Yung rise yung 50, yung run yung 120. Okay? Tapos, I think this is gonna give you 130 na hypotenuse eh. Ayan, 130 na hypotenuse. Okay, so ibig sabihin, kapag kukumpitin mo yung PTX mula dyan, mumultiply mo lang yung PT ng X. So, 120 over 130. Tapos yung PTY naman, mumultiply mo lang yung nakuha mo na PT ng 50 over 130. Okay, and that gives you, so pakita ko lang ha. Saan ko ba nilagay yung kanina? Dito ba yan? Hindi ko sinave. Okay, so pero pakita ko lang yung value. 55.71. Pakita ko lang na parehas. Times 120 over 30. So 12 over 13 din yun. So ayan o. 51.43. Ito. Tapos kung gagawin mo naman tong 5 para sa Y, ito naman yan. 21.43. Okay? So, no? So either ways, pwede mong ma-solve yung components. Okay? So ngayon, i-combine na natin siya sa number 3. So again, ito yung bolt na pinag-uusapan natin. Yung bolt A. Okay? Kanina, sabi natin, meron diyang nag-act na PV Y na alam natin yung value. Ang value kanina ay 25 kilonewtons. Okay, tapos ngayon, nakuha na natin yung components ng PTX at saka PTY. So ngayon, ang tanong, saan ba direction nun? So again, you have to be consistent. Kanina, nag-umpisa ako na ang ginamit ko na mga forces is yung transmitted force, hindi yung reaction force ng bolt. So ang transmitted force is downward kasi downward yung force na ina-apply. Okay, kaya itong PVY, nagiging downward. Ngayon, doon naman sa torsion, ganun din. I was being consistent. Yung pinakita ko na drawing is yung transmitted force, hindi yung reactive force ng bolt. Kasi sa totoo lang, kung ang rotation mo ay ganito, so malamang magre-react yung bolt mo in this direction, di ba? Pero reaction yan. And pwede naman na puro reaction yung i-drawing mo. Yun nga lang, dapat mula umpisa, puro reaction din yung i-drawing mo. Okay, pero ako kasi naumpisahan ko na puro transmitted force, kaya puro transmitted force lang din yung dinrawing ko, no? Hindi pwedeng pagsamahin kasi magkakabali-baliktad yung direction ng force. Anyway, so dito mapapansin natin na dahil yung transmitted force is downward to the right, ibig sabihin yung PTX mo ay to the right, tapos yung PTY mo downward din. Okay? So, ibig sabihin meron tayo ditong PTY na downward and meron tayong X na to the right. So, this is 51.43 and this is 21.43. Okay? So sa number 3, we would be able to calculate now yung resultant niyan, no? Kumbaga yung resultant niyan, R, will just be equal to, so syempre, i-add natin tong dalawa para makuha yung Rx, I mean Ry. Okay, tapos yung Rx, ito na rin yun. Yung PTX lang. Kasi wala namang ibang force na nandoon. Okay? So therefore, yung total load will be the square root of PTX squared plus PVY plus PTY squared. Okay? And therefore, that would be equal to 51.43 squared plus 25 plus 21.43 squared. Okay, and that gives us 69.29 kilonewtons. So yan ngayon yung total load kapag combined yung direct shear at saka yung torsional shear. Okay? So ayan, no? So ngayon dito, so ang sagot natin ay 55.7 tsaka 69.3. Okay, so ngayon dito, may papakita ako ng method na kung saan, halimbawa, hindi naman talaga tinatanong yung shear load at saka yung torsional load. Kumbaga, kailangan mo na kagad, kunwari, itong total critical load sa bolt. Okay, so kumbaga, sort of like shortcut. Kasi may mga problem na ipapa-analyze sa inyo yung shear stress doon sa bolt, which is kailangan yung total yun, no? So, paano gagawin? So, dito pa papasok yung tinatawag natin na instantaneous center. Okay? Okay, so this is the point where yung force due to the shear ay equal dun sa force due to the torsion. Okay, yan daw, meron daw point somewhere na equal yung dalawa. Okay? And kunwari ito yun. Kunwari ito yung bolted natin na group. Okay, so di ba nandito yung force P at an eccentricity E. Okay? So ito yung centroid ng bolt group. So meron daw yung instantaneous center na yan, palagi yan matatagpuan away from the applied force. So somewhere dito, no? Laging away from the applied force. So let's say ito 'yon. Let's say ito yung instantaneous center. Okay? So sabihin natin na ito ay merong sukat na RO. No, yung layo niya kunwari is nasa layo na RO. Okay? So, kailangan malaman natin ano yung RO na yan. Okay? So, again, ito pinapakita ko ay shortcut ng pag-solve ng total critical bolt load. No? Shortcut siya. Ibig sabihin, hindi ka nadadaan dun sa number 1 tsaka dito sa number 2 para makuha lang itong R na to. Pwede na rin yung diretsyohin. Okay? So, again, instantaneous center. Matatagpuan palagi away from the applied load and then at a distance RO mula dun sa bolt group centroid. Okay? So, how do we calculate for RO? So, gamitin lang natin to. Di ba yung PV, na-compute natin as yung applied force divided by the number of volts. Tapos, itong PT, na-define natin yan as T rho over J, no? So, T rho over J. So ngayon, ang row na gagamitin natin technically is itong RO. No, kumbaga, itong PV na to dito nag-a-act. No, itong PV na to dito nag-a-act. Okay, tapos itong PT na to, no, dito rin nag-a-act. Okay, kaya makikita nyo, yung dapat na row natin dito is itong distance na to, which is yung RO. Okay? And then, yung T na yan, di ba na-compute yan as force times eccentricity? Okay, so dito mag-cancel yung P. Okay, and then from here, we can solve for RO. So, kapag sinolve, you have J, cross multiply, over, divide yung E, so NE. Ito ngayon yung formula. Formula yan ng location ng instantaneous center. From centroid of bolts of the bolt group. Okay? Measured, okay, away from or opposite from the line of action of the load. Okay? So, kapag daw nahanap natin yan, no? Kapag nahanap mo na instantaneous center, kailangan mo na lang i-identify kung sinong bolt yung critical. And kunwari, sa base nga sa discussion natin, ito yung critical bolt eh. Ito yung critical bolt. Okay? At ang goal natin, mahanap ka agad yung R. So, ganito yung diskarte. Pag nahanap mo na daw itong instantaneous center, gagamitin mo na lang na formula para mahanap yung R would be T rho over J. Ito na lang. No? Pero yung rho mo dito is yung distance ng instantaneous center. So tawagin ko itong rho sub O. Okay, yung distance ng instantaneous center. Bali ito. Or distance nung bolt dun sa instantaneous center. Okay? And kapag nakuha mo yon, tapos na. Hindi mo na kailangan, again, yun ang yung sinasabi ko, hindi mo na kailangan dumaan dun sa torsion tsaka dun sa direct shear. No? Shortcut na to. Okay? So kunin muna natin yung RO. Okay, so RO is equal to J. Ano ba yung J? So, di ba, na-compute ko na yung kanina eh, no? Nilagay ko sa A sa calculator. Over N. So, ilan ba sila? 8. Tapos E, eccentricity, di ba? Ito ay 180. Ayan, no? So, yung RO natin will become A over 8 times 180. So, that is 58.33 millimeters from the bolt group centroid. Okay? Towards, away from the line of action of the force. Okay? So, now that we have calculated RO, we can now define rho O. So, paano? Okay, so let's consider this line and then this line. Tama ba na yung RO? Hypotenuse lang yan. Okay? So, itong distance na to, from earlier, this was 50-50, no? Kasi 100 yan. Eh. So, ito ay 50, ito ay 50. So, ibig sabihin, ito ay 100 plus, hindi pala. Bali, ano siya? Mula dito hanggang dito, RO na yan eh. So, plus, ito pa, plus 50. So, RO plus 50. Itong baba. Tapos itong height, 120 pa rin yan. Okay? So, ito, RO plus 150. No? So, ibig sabihin yung rho O is hypotenuse, so square root ng RO plus 50 squared plus 120 squared. Okay, and that gives me, lagay natin to sa B, square root ng B plus 50 squared plus 120 squared. That gives me 161.67. millimeters. Okay? And now that I have RO, pwede mo na makompute yung reaction. Okay? So ano yung T natin kanina? 36 million. Tapos, ito na yun, no? 161.67 over J. So we have 36 million times answer over J. Okay? Ayan. 69.29 kilonewtons. Okay? Same answer as our earlier computation. Okay? So that's how you utilize instantaneous center, no? So, mas mabilis siya. Kung lalo na kung ito na kagad yung gusto mong makompute. Okay, pero sa problem na to, mas magandang daanan pa rin yung mga yan kasi tinatanong sila sa problem, no? Pero for just in case you encounter the cases or problems wherein you need to solve for R directly, then you can utilize this. Okay, so thank you all for watching and hopefully may natutunan. Share this to your classmates, na your friends, so that they would also learn the same thing. Okay, so don't forget to like and subscribe, and you also click the notification so that you can see my upload. No, so as much as possible, I like to upload many more, no, in the future. Okay, so thank you.